friends. Kristen here with a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. How's everyone doing today? Missed you all last week. I was at Jill Wiseman's warehouse last Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday doing some shopping for Softlex Company. It was a lot of fun. I'm very excited to have our packages arrive and start to unpack them. And I got tons of stuff for our upcoming kits. I also got a whole bunch of stuff for our upcoming live sales, including our Bead Shopping Network event happening on September 5th. I had such a good time. It was so fast and I had so much shopping to do that that really we just got to hang out and chat during my car rides to and from the warehouse and our lunch or dinner breaks, which was lovely because the rest of the time I was thinking about all of you and thinking about our kits and our live sales and doing some crazy shopping. So I got in on Monday afternoon and got the lay of the land of the warehouse and like the part of the warehouse that I was able to shop from. That was John's Beads that we usually buy from. And so that first day I just looked at everything. There was walls of beads. There was like multiple 6-foot tables filled with boxes of beads on top. There were boxes of beads below those tables as well. So those to look through. And then there were boxes and boxes of beads against a wall. And then there were boxes of beads over here. So my first afternoon there, first 4 or 5 hours I was there, I just looked at everything. Okay. All right, I switched over to my iPhone hotspot. Hopefully you guys can see me. Let me know. I know, internet is overwhelmed by all the beads. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need to reset my router, but I'm not going to do it now.
You're clear and good.
Well, I'm on the hotspot for my phone.
Yeah, you look good.
Okay. So beads were everywhere. I just took that first day of looking through everything as much as I could. And then the second day, I was shopping at the warehouse for 12 hours. I got there and I had my list. I started piling up my beads, getting everything I needed for all of you. And I pretty much just knocked it out for 12 hours. And then the next day I came back in, the third day before I hit the airport to head home. And I was laughing because I came in with some fresh eyes and then I found more beads. Of course I did. And buttons and lots of buttons too. So came back in the third day, was planning to just pack. And I ended up shopping a little bit more, and then I packed everything up and got it ready to send back to our warehouse in California. So hoping it arrives in the next couple of days, and then we'll start to share some of those goodies with you. It was a blast. And, I'm excited to have the office get all the beads. Hopefully they're happy with my choices. Hopefully with all of you are happy with my choices too. I leaned into sparkle because I know quite a lot of you love sparkle. So I definitely picked up some sparkle. All right, so today, what do we have going on? We've got beading wire on sale. So quite a big sale too. Let me pop that up here. We've got buy 8 or more spools of Soft Flex, Soft Touch, Econoflex, Pro Econoflex, or Trios beading wire, and you'll get 25% off of all of it. You must enter the coupon code beading wire when you have 8 or more spools in your shopping cart. And just a note that our Trios packs, they count as 1 spool. So if you're buying Trios, just count each pack as 1 spool. It includes our Soft Touch, our Soft Flex, all the diameters, all the colors, our Extreme even, the Extreme that we do have. Yeah, so anything in our beading wire category, anything in that category will work out for you to get that 25% off when you enter the code beading wire, when you add 8 or more spools, mix and match into your shopping cart. This ends tomorrow, August 26th at midnight Pacific time, 1 coupon per order. It does not apply with any other order discounts. If you do get an order discount and you want to take advantage of this, you can just not log in and check out as a guest, and you'll be able to take advantage of this deal as a guest instead of having your other discount apply. Gosh, my brain is not working that quickly today. Probably because I never finished my coffee. Look at this. I still have a half a cup left. I don't know what happened this morning. Usually I'm done by now. We've got a live sale happening. So that's still available to shop. And that's good till tonight, Monday, August 25th at midnight Pacific time. You can still shop. You can download our app. And just a note, if you are shopping on our app, please make sure to do an update if you have not updated recently. We had a couple of customers on Thursday have some trouble shopping. And when we contacted support, we were able to see that they were not on the newest app. And so that may have been why it was giving them some trouble. So if you do shop on our app, just make sure to check that there are no updates. And if there is one, please do that update before our next sale so you don't have any trouble with your shopping experience. You can also shop on the Softflex Company Facebook page, and you can shop on our live sale website. If you start shopping on one and then switch to another, for example, if you start shopping on Facebook and then switch to the app, make sure you're signed into the same account. The app, if you have not set up an account, might create a new email for you, and then you have 2 separate things going on, and you won't see your shopping from Facebook pop over on the app or vice versa. So just another thing to note when you're shopping, you have to make sure you're logged into the same account if you switch from one platform to another to be able to see those items. Okay, let's see. What did Thomas share? He also shared you can text beads to 707-247-6430 to join our live sale text messages, and then you'll get a text message when we go live. We're not having a sale this week. So this week, this Thursday, the 28th, we will not be having a sale, but we will be back next week on Friday, September 5th, for our special event, the Bead Shopping Network. Let me see if I have that in here. Oh, I didn't add it yet. Well, that's a bummer. I'll have to get that added. So the Bead Shopping Network, you can go to beadshoppingnetwork.com and see all the details. but it's got 6 of us getting together for live sale shopping all day long on Friday, September 5th. I think we're kicking it off with Jesse James Beads this time around. So they'll be the first morning spot at 8 a.m. Pacific time, then followed by us at Softflex Company. Then we're passing it over to Jill Wiseman. Then we're passing it over to Sam's Bead Shop. I think after Sam is Beads to Live By, and then we're finishing it out with the Bead Place. So please look for that details on our emails coming up, as well as we'll be sharing stuff on social media, and mark your calendars for September 5th for our next Bead Shopping Network event for fall. Thanks, Thomas. He just popped in the website. So go check it out over there, beadshoppingnetwork.com. You can get all the details, and then you can also enter our giveaway that we're having. We'll be announcing our summer giveaway winner shortly, probably this week. And you can enter in for our fall giveaway during the event. You have to wait. You can't enter it yet because you have to look for those special mystery words in everybody's stream. So you'll have to wait till the event happens and then gather up those words and enter the giveaway. Did I catch everything? We've got Kit Day happening. So we have Kit Day happening this week on Wednesday. Join Sarah at 1 p.m. Pacific time in her new time slot for the Wild Mushroom Kit. We do still have some kits left. We also have just a handful of the Wild Mushroom bead strand left. Beautiful mocha mousse color of the year. So be sure to check that out on Wednesday. Grab a kit if you need one. I'm going to be working with the Enchanted Forest leftovers and the Enchanted Forest trios today. So let's go down to my table, see what we've got here. I was laughing when I saw Jill's studio because I was like, oh my gosh, she's got pretty professional setup going on over there. And I was like, if she only knew what was happening over at my house. Okay, so here's our Enchanted Trios. It's our newest trio set. It's not yet in the Trios parent. It's online on its own. So if you want to grab this, you'll have to find it in the beading wire category by itself. I think it's on page 2. Or you can find it on the home page as well if you scroll down to featured items. It's got our fluorite, our purple, and our dark blue lapis, all in Softflex original brand and medium diameter, which is our 0.019. They are 10 feet of each, 49 strands, and Softflex is a stainless steel product that's micro braided in a proprietary braid, colored and nylon coated, and really fun and great to work with. We're going to make something freeform and kind of sculptural, like this necklace here. I did this one a really long time ago with our turquoise bone and citrine colored beading wire. It just got a few little beads sprinkled in there, and then I have it all strung on, I think this was antique brass was the background that I used. Let me just check on our giveaway tool. Yep, looked like it's gathering names, so that's good. So what are we going to do today? I made this necklace so long ago, and then I actually did. Yeah, Dana says blast from the past, right? I actually did a video. I looked back. It was 6 years ago that I did do a video where we created clusters like this together, and I thought it was time to do another one. Now, I've also done these. I've done these with just wire and these like teardrop shapes. And that's kind of fun too. I don't know if I want to do circles or teardrops today. I've also done like these kind of leaf shapes. This one's a little harder to see, it looks like. Let's see. They're just ovals that I kind of smushed a little bit and turned into like a leaf shape. So I'm trying to decide, do we want to do circles or do we want to do something else? I've got some purple wire cut already. You're going to need a lot of crimps for this particular project. You'll need cutters, crimps, and a pair of crimping pliers. Where are my tools? Huh. I must have put them somewhere to use them. Interesting. Oh, here's my cutter. Here's my usual cutter. Where's my regular crimping pliers? My magical crimping pliers. Well, I do have our ergonomic ones that I could use in a pinch, but I don't like them as much as I do my other ones. Weird. Ah, there. Hopefully my phone battery lasts for us okay, since everything's working off of it now. I know, it is the best way. I didn't know it was back in the toolbox, but it was hiding between two larger tools, so I couldn't see it. All right, let's just cut some of this wire. Get my brain moving a little bit. I'm just cutting a couple of inches of each of the purple. And then I want to use each of the colors in this trios. So I'll cut now. Let me grab some fluorite. I don't know if they're ever going to bring them back, Liz. The issue is, to create one of our colors, we have to create like an enormous amount of wire. And in some of these colors, like let's take yellow, for example, it may have taken us 10 years to sell out of that yellow. So if we make more of it, we might have it for that much time again. And so now a color that's more popular is not going to take that long, which is why some of those colors got discontinued in the first place, is because they took so long to sell. And so eventually when we got to the point where we were running low, we said, well, we're not going to order any more of that color. So it's not very likely that some of those colors will come back. Maybe some of the more colors that were a little more popular. I feel like there's a color in the works, but that's also not really my department. So I don't know. But I think there's an older color that is in the works of coming back. I wish it wasn't as big of a deal and that we could just make it, but the amount of wire we have to order every time we do a color is or have to create, I guess, because of the way the process goes. You have to create a lot of it. And some of those colors took a really long time. But speaking of yellow, when I was at Jill's warehouse last week, she had yellow, and she had them in these little goodie bags. She told me she was going to post them online for all of you because I told her so many of you would love to have yellow. And I looked before the video and I didn't see. Yeah, I know, Debbie. Sarah said there is a color, right? Yes, I do think there's one color. I can't tell you what it is yet, but I do think there's a color that's going to be coming back next year. So Jill has some yellow. She doesn't have it online yet, but I know she's planning to get it online. I'm hoping she has it up shortly, and I will let you all know in an email when she does. But you can also ask her probably and say, hey, what's going on with that soft flex yellow? Because I found a bucket of it. They were packaged in with beads. So you'd get like a little goodie bag, basically, a little grab bag with the wire and the beads. But it was all yellow. Oh, she did put it in her last sale, Kara said, because she had told me that she was going to put it online, but she might have decided to put it in the live sale instead. Did she sell it all? I wonder. All right, I have to figure out. Oh, my nail polish just peeled. I did so good painting them all yesterday, and that one just peeled right off when I must have cut it accidentally. Let's talk about beads. Oh, I was thinking of using these butterflies from the Enchanted Forest kit in here. And then I have some of these little purple ones left from the mix and from the kit. I also have a couple of these silver. And then I pulled out these green ones that we used last week, but I don't know if they're too big. I'm not sure if those are too big or not. Thanks for letting me know she put them in the live sale because I kept checking the website. Oh, good. Yeah, someone said they got it. I told her that when I saw it. I was like, Jill, we don't have this color anymore, and people are going to be excited about it. You should sell this. That's the fun part of getting to look in someone else's warehouse a little bit, right? And being like, what can I find? What can I find? No, she actually had it in a space where I just happened to walk past it. And I was like, oh, this is exciting. So I don't know. What do I think about these? They're gonna kind of float around. Do I want to do them in here? I think they're cute no matter what side you see because you still see a little butterfly. Let's make a couple little loops. So what I'm going to do is just take a crimp tube, slide it on one side, and then take the other side of the wire, push it back through, and create myself a little circle or jump ring or loop. And you're going to use your magical crimping pliers or any crimping pliers, but I'm going to use my magical crimping pliers, and I'm going to put that crimp right in the center, give it a good squeeze. It's going to pinch all four corners, place it back into my crimping pliers 90 degrees from where I was from the first squeeze it again. And you got to make sure it's in that center and then go around a few times. So there is my first little loop. Yeah, the butterflies will be fluttering in the hoops. Yep. So we do have a giveaway happening on this video. You just comment with the hashtag Enchanted, and that will get you entered into the giveaway. I will choose a winner at the end of this video. You must be here. You must be here to win. All right, so there's a purple one. Let's take a fluorite one next. And I'll do this blue and purple butterfly. Create another little loop. And on this example here, I do them all different sizes. It's just kind of fun, very free form. You don't have to worry too much about lining them up. But if you wanted to make them the same, you can get yourself a little template or kind of just eyeball it to make them close. And there is going to be a lot of crimping going on in this project. What I love about the magical crimpers is it'll take your crimp tube and it'll turn it into a nice rounded oval. Making it look like part of the design a little bit more, but you can totally do this with just regular crimping pliers too. So now I've got a blue wire. So let me take this yellow one. And my goal here is to use all of the wires in the Enchanted Forest Trios pack, which is on sale. If you get 8 or more spools, you'll get 25% off with the coupon Beading wire. That ends tomorrow. And that is what I'm going to give away on the video today too, is the Enchanted Trios Beading wire pack. If you want to take advantage of that sale, just go to softflexcompany.com, go to the shop section and click on Beading wire, and everything in there is in that mix and match sale. So I'm using Softflex, which is our original, and it's the one that comes in the most colors. It's also the one that's in mostly in our trios, the 0.019 medium diameter. We also carry a Softflex fine diameter and heavy. Fine is just a little bit smaller. It's good for seed beads. It's good for smaller beads. It's good for smaller whole gemstones or pearls. Medium is good for all purpose. And then heavy is good for bracelets. It's good for eyeglass holders, lanyards, things that get a little more wear. And it's good for using larger, heavier beads. Cute. We got one more left. Let's do this one on blue. One more little butterfly left. Our next brand is Soft Touch. That is our premium beading wire in that it is 50% softer and more supple than our Softflex. So it lays a little more thread-like, where Softflex is a little sturdier, more wire-like. So if you like something that kind of has that thread-like feel, if you're doing multi-strands, or maybe you're working with teeny tiny gemstones, we have one thinner diameter in our Soft Touch called the Very Fine. And if you can't get the fine through your beads, you might be able to get the very fine through. It's also good. The very fine is good for embellishment. But the Soft Touch only comes in the satin silver color. With the exception of the very fine, you could get black and white as well as the satin silver. All right, so I've got these cute little butterflies. What else am I going to put on? Maybe I'll do these purple beads next. So I'm just going to put one bead, and maybe I'll make these a little bit smaller, these loops. Just a tad smaller. Oh no, I froze. Okay, there I am. And just doing the same thing, making these cute little circles that we will connect together. I'm just going to go down the line and pick up the purple, the fluorite, the dark blue. So I talked about soft flex, I talked about soft touch. We've got a line called Extreme, and our Extreme comes in currently, it comes in champagne, sterling silver, and 24 karat gold. But I'm not sure if we have them all in the regular section. Some of them are just in outlet only at this point. But I believe if they're in the beading wire category as outlets, as long as they're in that beading wire category, it'll count towards your 8+ spools. So that has a little bit different of a construction. Our Extreme uses a copper core center instead of stainless steel. And it has those precious metals on top. Next up, we've got our Pro Econoflex and our Econoflex. Both of these are made overseas, whereas all the other soft flex and soft touch are made here in the USA. So that's one of the differences with the Econoflex and the Pro Econoflex from other lines. And then our Pro Econoflex is more is similar to soft flex. It's got 49 strands. We even have 49 strands in the fine diameter, which is something different because soft flex in fine is 21 strands. And totally different colors in the Pro Econoflex has the satin silver, and then it also has a gold color, which is very nice. So if you want a gold color that's more affordable and actually available, because I don't know that we have too much of the 24 karat gold at this point, you would pick up the Pro Econoflex for that. And then our Econoflex is more, I think it's 7-strand product. So it's a much more, it's not as flexible as any of the other ones. It's more of our hobby line, but it has some really pretty metallic colors that are very fun to play with. And if you, like I have done with the regular Econoflex, I've done the micro macrame with those. I've done some of the knitting with those, and they're good for those projects where you're using a lot of wire because it's much more affordable. It's good for any kind of crafty projects that you might want to use a wire for. I think we've used them for like garlands, and we've used them for like gift wrapping and things like that are a little bit out of the box, which you might need more wire and you don't want to spend as much as maybe the more flexible and jewelry specific wires, if that makes sense. It's our economic product. That's where the EconoFlex kind of came from, is like economy. I think, did Thomas share some? We have some good blogs. I don't know if Thomas shared any of those, but we do have some good blogs that talk about all of the different brands and what their uses are, and all of the different diameters and what their uses are. So you could search that on our website in the search section. And then when it pulls up, it always pulls up products first, but there's another tab that says content. And then you can get to some of the blogs. There you go. I think we might have it in our tips and tricks section too. The everything you need to know about beading wire. Thomas just linked it into the description. For those of you that watch me, I tend to use the Softlex medium 95% of the time. It's definitely my go-to. It's my first choice. It's got all the colors. And then whenever we do something maybe a little more specific with one of the other brands, I'll mention why I might be using that instead. But you can pretty much do everything with Softlex medium. Dana says she uses extra when she does weaving. That makes sense. And she uses the extra fine, the very fine for that. I know we've had some very fine. We do carry very fine in the regular EconoFlex, and we've had some on, I don't know if it's closeout or outlet. I can't remember, but it's been pretty reasonable. So if it's something that you might use a lot of for a particular project, it might be worth grabbing a spool of it and seeing if it works for you. I love the magical crimping pliers too, and they work best with Softlex brand versus some of the other ones. You can make them work with the EconoFlex, but sometimes it's a little slippery because they're different nylon coatings. The coatings are slightly different. So you just have to give it a try and see if it works. But sometimes you have to change your crimping plier depending on what brand or what diameter you might be using. Another reason why I love Softlex medium is I just adore my magical crimping plier that I'm using, and it works the best with this particular diameter and brand or line. I was like, it doesn't make sense to call it a brand because they're all Softlex, but maybe product line is a better term. Okay, one more bead left, and then I'm going to play with putting these all together. I did a rainbow necklace like this too with those rainbow cube beads back in the day. That was quite a few years ago also. Maybe that was like 3 or 4 years ago. Might be longer. I feel like the pandemic has made all of my timelines all out of whack. Do you guys feel that way where I'm always like, maybe that was 2 years ago? And then it's like, oh no, actually it was probably 6 or 5, 5 or 6 years ago. All right, let's start with my butterflies. Just sort of line them up. And then we've got some of these little purple crystally beads. Everything I'm using is from the Enchanted Forest kit. So I think there was one kit left today. So if you want everything, just have to get trio colors, or you could use the color that came in the kit, which was the dark blue lapis, is what came in the kit. So there was just one of those left when I looked earlier. All right, I made a little hierarchy of the butterflies, then the crystals, and then these. And then I have these 3 that are like left over that I'll just use to sneak in somewhere. And I think what I'm going to do is connect these 2 and add. So connect the 2 butterflies that are next to each other, putting the wire through, and then add this crystal in here too. So I make myself a nice little cluster. 2 butterflies and then adding that little crystal. I know, it's either before or after. It's really hard to recall. I feel like it messed up timelines big time. So this one doesn't have any beads on it. I'm just making myself like a little jump ring connector to connect all these little beads, these other ones together. Thank you, Nancy. Liz, are you still here? I have your painting next to me. Getting it ready. All right, so there's those 2. So now I'm going to connect. Maybe I'll use this one since it's got a little yellow on there. Now I'll connect these 2 and do the same thing and put another one of these little crystals there. I got fluorite, I got blue. So let me use purple to connect them all. Connect those 2 and then slide this one on. Oh, and I got to get more crimps. You're going to use a lot of crimps. Debbie is wondering if there's any way to find out what the contents are inside of the Green with Envy goodie bag. Oh, you mean you got it and you don't know? You can message, maybe message info@softflexcompany.com. And, or like, I think then they can find out for you. We didn't do a list of what is in there, but I believe Sarah and Joyce do know the contents. So I'm just trimming off these little guys here. I'm so excited for you to have it too. It does take me a little while. I mean, I was at Jill's too last week, but whenever someone buys a painting, it takes me a little while to kind of prep it. I got to make sure everything looks good. I don't varnish them until they're purchased mostly, unless it was like unless I had them somewhere where I needed to varnish it. But a lot of times I wait to varnish it until it's purchased. So I'll be doing that in the next day or so, and then give it another day to dry because I don't want to pack it until I know it's totally dry. So it should be good to go by the end of the week. But I'm very excited. It's one, actually, I'm having a birthday sale on my Etsy shop right now. And Liz bought something and Janet bought something. And you guys both bought two of my absolute favorites. Funny, two actually paintings that I don't always even put up for sale. I've kind of held them back in the past because they're just, you know, I think this one was, how do I want to say it? Like a step up, you know, when you learn something new or you feel like you just like you're in a video game and you unlock the next, you unlock the next, what are they called? Thomas, help me out. I feel like I unlocked something. So I've got a purple and a purple. Let's do a fluorite here. Let's see if I have a fluorite in the crystal. And then grab a blue. Level up. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Yes, I feel like this painting is like a level up. And sometimes I have a hard time putting those ones up for sale for a little while because I feel like I'm like, oh wow, I really reached like another level when I did this one. The bee is totally the best on there. Liz says there were so many things I loved about it: the color, the bee, and the goddess and the flowers. I'm so excited. I know it's going to be super loved with you. So I'm happy it's going to you, Liz. Thank you. And my sale is still happening through the end of the month. You don't have to put anything in. It's just the prices are marked down, and you can check it out on Etsy. I'm over at, I think it's Kristen Fagan Art on Etsy. I've shared the link on my Facebook and my Instagram too. Thank you, Thomas. It is Kristen Fagan Art. Yeah. Thank you. Anita says, I love the snake painting. Thank you. I should do some more snakes, I think. That one was my word of the year, my word and symbol of the year. All right, so I have a fun cluster happening here. And now I have these little beads I got to get in. So I'm going to switch to maybe adding, this is where it gets kind of like fun and very sculptural, where you're just like, what exactly am I doing? I have a lot of fluorite wire left, so I think I'll go ahead and use that. I'm just going to pick one of these up and kind of play with where I might stick it. Maybe I'll connect these two. Like slide it underneath there, and go ahead and add a crimp. So you could do this technique in a very like linear way where you line them all up. I usually start kind of like that, and then I get a little more free form. It's also probably good to kind of hold it like this too and see if you need to, like this one's hanging down kind of low, so maybe I'll connect it to the next one. See how they're all kind of hanging together. I know this is probably where it gets difficult to see what I'm doing. But it's really just playing around. And if you put something together that you don't like there's one area that feels weird, you could just cut it free. Debbie is asking, how long does a 10-foot spool of wire typically last you? What size spool would you recommend to someone? A 10-foot spool is going to get you a decent amount of things. I mean, if you think about, like, I like my necklaces to be about 18 inches to 24 inches. So that's like 1.5 to 2 feet. So you can definitely get 4 necklaces out of a 10-foot spool. And then if you're doing bracelets, they tend to be about, say, 8 inches. Maybe you cut off 10 or so when you're working. So that would get you probably 5 or 6 bracelets, get you a ton of earrings. So a trios would be a great starter to get 3 different colors, 10 feet of each, and you can make quite a bit with that. The only time I really have to work up to a larger spool is when I'm doing something like knitting, like the knitting spool. That takes a lot more wire. And in that case, I might want to go up a notch there. Where do I want to put you? I feel like I need to put I need something over here. So we always put a 10-foot spool in all of our kits, and kits are such a great beginner. Nancy says she can make 3 to 4 sets out of a 10-foot spool. Yeah. I mean, if you look at some of the amount of things that people make with the kits, and we just put a 10-foot spool in there, usually you can make quite a bit. I feel like we did a blog about that one time years ago, Thomas. Do you remember something like that? We said kind of how much you could make with something? Or am I misremembering? It's crazy how long I worked with Softlex Company and like the weird things that might be in my memory. Yes, such a great use for leftover bits. Such a fun way to use up a whole bunch of teeny tiny little pieces and colors. So the middle's looking pretty good. I think I need to put one here, and then I need to put one over on this side. I've just got 1, 2, 3 left. So I'm just going to go ahead and use what I've got. And then stop there and see where everything kind of hangs. I bet a lot of you have a lot of scraps to make a necklace. Oops. I dropped that. All right, let me go to this side instead. I think this one needs a no bead section. Oh yeah, you could definitely make earrings. And these little loops are great for earrings too, because you can make one smaller, one a little bit larger, one a little bit larger still, and have like a three ring earring, or you can connect them kind of like that and go down in a line. This is definitely a project where sometimes I don't know where to stop. So just keep going. Just keep going. I've got one wire cut left. So I'm going to use that as a place to stop, but I don't know if the necklace is done. I feel like I'm missing something right there. So maybe I'll put that one. And this is one of those designs too, where like this one in particular, this was the first one I ever did. And I made it a really long time ago. And there's definitely things about it that I don't love, like where some things might fall. But every time I wear it, I mean, I haven't fixed it, I just left it. And every time I wear it, people comment on how much they like it. So it's one of those things where there might be areas where I'm like, oh, that needs to connect better, or something else needs to be there. But other people don't see it. They just see that it's a fun sculptural necklace, and they're always intrigued whenever I have it on of what they're looking at. So I'm going to stop there. I've got these two left over that I'll probably sneak in somewhere at some point. And I'm just going to add my wire towards the back. And what I did was just pick a loop on the end and add a little crimp and loop it around. And then you add it for the back of your necklace. And you can always bead it up too if you want to. Which color should I use? Probably purple. I feel like there's a lot of purple beads. So I'm kind of feeling like purple would probably be nice going up the back. But the blue could be good too. What do you guys think? Purple or blue? Yeah, it is kind of like a bib style necklace. Of course, purple. Dana says, yes, purple. Purple, purple, purple. All right, so let's cut some purple. I'm going to add that crimp tube right there, and then I just connect it to the loop on the end, the butterfly that's at the end here. And I go back up through just like you normally would. Instead of looping it around, you make more of that kind of teardrop loop. Crimp that again, trim off the excess there, and then I'm going to connect on the other side. Now I just didn't add a clasp, but I will need to. So I'm just going to connect on the other side, and then I'll probably cut the center and add a clasp, only because it's going to be short enough that I will need to have a clasp. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and attach this on the other side. And try and get my loops to be about the same size. Crimp that. Trim it, trim it. Very cute. Very cute. I'm probably going to connect these two right here, because when you pull it up, they hang a little bit. So I'll probably connect those two as well, just to kind of get them in a nice weird spot. Clasp. Two more crimps. I'm going to go ahead and find the center of that wire that I put on there. Snip that. Create a loop on one side. And then put my clasp on the other side. And again, I like to make my loops about the same size, just so that when it's connected on the back of the neck, they'll look a little similar. And I have no idea what length this even is. I didn't measure it, I just eyeballed it. And that look, I think that came out fun. Let's pop it back up here. Y'all, you could see it on the black pretty good. And I'm wearing the asymmetrical necklace that we made with this kit the week before. So usually, actually, if you've got one of those, something you can hang it on, like a necklace holder or something like that, it's probably a good point at this point to hang it up on there and then see where else you might want to add a little connection or drop to make it feel fun. So cute. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So here's your last chance to go ahead and enter the giveaway while I get that going. I'm just going to share with you all Liz's painting. that is being finished and will be headed her way. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And I just adore this bee. I can't wait for you to get it. Yeah, it's a cute design, right? I mean, it could even be shorter too. Like I think it's probably good on this shirt that I have today with this, but you could even make it a little bit shorter if you wanted to. I do like it with the beads on there because I have done these in the past that are just like a long chain with the big loops. And they're cute, but I forget to wear them. I guess that does look kind of fun too, doesn't it? So in this case, they just go right over my head. That one's hard to see. Oh yeah, Nancy hasn't made any jewelry in months. Yeah, I know. It's tough when you don't have as much energy when it's like your busy season, right? So when it's your busy season, it's just hard to sometimes get going on the jewelry. I'm glad that painting has been fun. Nancy's in my art membership, so we get together and play and paint and draw and do all sorts of 2D, I guess, 2D art. Carolyn likes the circles the best. Yeah. Sarah did a really beautiful design with this method in our book. Where do I have our book? Do I have it up here? Yeah. So she did one, it's actually on the back cover, where she did all of these like leaf shapes and then put the beads towards the bottom and then strung those on. Oh my gosh, that's in Seed Bead Revolution. What page is that on? I love that design. I haven't looked at this book in quite a while. Oh, there it is. So it's on page 80. She called it Succulent. And isn't that gorgeous? So gorgeous. And she used like seed beads, I think. Oh, the little O beads maybe between them. Little O beads between them. Oh, just super stunning. You could find this on Amazon, our Seed Bead Revolution book. I think that's the only place you could get it these days. Okay, here we go. We've got 49 entries. One more person want to enter? Make it a nice even 50. So one more person sneak in there. I know, it's super gorgeous. She did two colorways. The other one is like the browns and black and brown. Oh, so pretty. All right, looks like we're good on 49. Let's go. Let's see who our winner is today. You are gonna get an Enchanted Forest Trios beading wire pack. Same one I used for today's project. Kimberly Tucker, please let us know. Please let us know you're here. Let us know in the comments that you're still here. You must be here to win, so we'll give you a few minutes to let us know. Tina loves the clasp on that one. Let me see what it was. Oh yeah, that is a cool clasp. It's like a hammered clasp with a like rectangle shape. I love that design. She's here. Hooray. Hooray. Congratulations, Kimberly. Please send us an email at info@softflexcompany.com and let us know your shipping information, and we will get your prize out to you. Awesome. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with me today and doing some beading. Be sure to check out Sarah on Wednesday at her new time, 1 p.m. Pacific time, for the unboxing of our latest kit, the Wild Mushroom Kit. We'll also have our new kit launching that day. And if you haven't grabbed it yet, Customer Appreciation Week is coming. So that is happening in middle of September, September 15th. All week long. We just worked out the schedule. I think Sarah sent it out to everyone today internally. So once we get the approvals and A-OK from everybody, we will post it up on our Customer Appreciation Week webpage. You can find it on our homepage right across the top. There'll be a link that says Customer Appreciation Week. Just click on that. That'll get you to all the details. It'll show you all the presenters, and there's kits. So go grab your kits. I know that Kate Richburg, I think, sold out, and then I think she made some more kits. She might have sold out again. I'm not positive. I know that Cassandra was taking pre-orders. So everyone's got a little bit different policy of what they're doing. Check out that page. It will link to their website, to all the presenters' websites for their particular item, and then you can see what's available and get all your kits that you'd like to bead along with. I think there was somebody else that was sold out. I think it was Design and Adorn, and she was asking on the VIB Facebook group what other colors you guys might want, because she was thinking about putting some new colors together. So we'll see. She's got a great Kumihimo kit. Beautiful. I think they're lampwork glass beads on the front. Really cool. But looking forward to that. So we've got two big events coming up. We've got the Bead Shopping Network on September 5th. We have the Customer Appreciation Week happening on September 15th. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Remember, there's no live sale this week. We're going to have our Bead Shopping Network next week on a Friday when we come back. All right. Bye, everyone. Happy beading. I'll see you all next Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time for another episode of Free Spirit Beading.